I've been a Huntington franchisee for 5 years now. My center is located in Issaquah, Washington, which is a suburb of Seattle. Prior to becoming a Huntington franchisee, I worked in high-tech marketing and finance for a long time, and then I took 5 years off to sell real estate when my kids were babies, and I started looking for a business to buy when my youngest started kindergarten. My husband and I met in business school, and we always wanted to own a small business together, and we had been looking for a long time for the right one. And when the Huntington franchise in my area came up for sale, it just was the perfect match for us because it's in our community and it's about education and we have young children, and it just felt right. Well, my staff and I together, since I've owned the business, have almost doubled our revenue in the nearly 5 years that I've owned the business. So that's very exciting and very gratifying for us. We've achieved $1 million in revenue 2 years in a row now, which is very exciting and something that we're very proud of. On a personal level, it's been great to go back to work, but also to have some control over my job and over my work environment. It's an awful lot of fun owning your own business because you have some say in how things go and who you work with and what kind of hours you work. So I love working with the kids, more so than I even thought I would. Before I bought my business, I was a little nervous to be around teenagers because my kids were younger, and I'm surprised by how much I enjoy being around young people all day. They're funny, they're uplifting, they really make for an excellent way to spend your day. There's something new happening in the center every day, and somebody's always doing something silly, and it's just a great environment to be in. You know, I didn't think I wanted to buy a franchise. I specifically wasn't looking for a franchise, and when this business came up, I took a real hard look at it because I was skeptical. And looking back, I think I was crazy not to consider franchising because as a new business owner, it's such a relief to have that franchise support system to rely on. It really frees me up to focus on the finer parts of what I do. And I can't imagine going back 5 years and starting from scratch with something. This business has been such a joy, and part of that is that I have a formula to follow and I have a path laid out for me. So I really enjoy being part of the Huntington franchise system. One of the best parts about being a Huntington franchisee is how much training and guidance the company provides for me. My franchise business consultant gives me such precious advice that I know if I weren't a franchisee, I would pay thousands of dollars for, and it wouldn't be nearly as on target as what I get from my Huntington advisors. There's always something new coming around, and the training is outstanding. I can really rely on the company to keep me up to date on trends, and there's always something new that the company is bringing to my attention, and that frees me up to worry about my center and about what's going on in my market. So that's my favorite part about being a Huntington franchisee. At Huntington, there are so many things suggested for marketing. It's almost overwhelming how many ideas the company gives us, which is great because there are going to be times in anybody's ownership of a business when they're looking for new ideas. So I really do appreciate that the marketing department has such a wide variety of suggestions, and it covers everything from online marketing to ground marketing to working within the schools. And all of those ideas are there for me. I don't have the time to try them all every month, but there's always something new to try when I feel like I need a boost. Oh, the Huntington franchisees are a lot of fun. Every year we get together at convention and we have monthly phone calls, and it's a really supportive group. It's something that has been a pleasant surprise for me. I don't feel a sense of competition with my other Huntington franchisees. There are great people in all different parts of the country that I can call, and I have called and said, hey, how do you handle this? And I've gotten some great ideas from some of the other franchisees that have been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed sharing my ideas with them as well. The one thing that most of the students that come to my center at Huntington have in common is that they all really want to be successful. So Huntington is a great place for students who have a problem academically or have a challenge that they want to take on, like getting into the best college they can possibly get into. And it's really nice to work around a group of students that have a sincere desire to succeed. And no matter what it is that they're facing, they're willing to work hard and learn from the Huntington teachers and the Huntington methods. And that's inspiring to be around. I think one of the things that I most underestimated when I bought my center was how much time and attention hiring would take. And I guess I would say that started as my biggest challenge and has become my biggest strength, in that my staff is such an important part of my center and such an important contributor to our success. Finding the right people and finding the people that are going to help your students be successful is not easy, but it's a worthwhile investment of your time as a franchisee in really vetting people and training your staff and finding the people that complement your skills as a franchisee.
So if you had to sum it all up, why Huntington for you? Why has this been a good thing for you?
Why Huntington for me? I think Huntington is the best combination of business in that I can make a living doing this, but it's also something that I feel good about. And I think back at all the other options that I had open to me when I was looking to buy a business, and none of them hit me in the heart the way Huntington does. And every day when I go home, no matter how hard of a day it is, I can feel honestly that I've made a difference in someone's life. And that's a great feeling. It's not very many business owners that can really end every day feeling like they did something good.